Hello everyone, welcome on back to Survival Challenge. So we do have, these two fields down there to be planted? That's like the main thing that we have right now. Otherwise, like we have recently, we'll probably end up skipping to the next month. Just how things have been turning out. We don't have a lot of things going on separately every month. We end up just skipping ahead. I probably should show everyone I did adjust the landscaping for the olive oil mill. I did already take $900 out, but yeah, it doesn't drop off as sudden. It's a bit more of a actual hill in there. And I put asphalt around it, which I didn't do landscaping for that. Probably should have, because that definitely is not the best. Yeah, before it was kind of a sudden drop. It's a lot more leveled. Alright, so I think I am gonna put probably, I think oats might be it. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Of what we can harvest, that probably makes the most sense. And something different. I do want to make sure I switch things up fairly often. Oh, pulling this up the hill is not going great, huh? It was unfolding at the same time, but that is a very steep hill in there, though. Oh, pH is bad. I did not know that. I would assume it's the same for this then. We've had the same crop in both of them every time. I didn't think it would be at a bad state that fast. Granted, it is loam. Yeah. I did not think it would be in that state that fast. Because these are the same ratings, but they're okay, but it's a different soil. Okay, well, we'll drop that off right there, and we can pick up the fertilizer spreader, the lime spreader, and get the lime spread on the fields. I fully thought it would still be in pretty good condition. I don't think it was that long ago we first harvested them. And we've probably gotten 3 harvests out of it. Probably not too bad. We won't have to use nearly as much to get it up to that good level, though. Well, we are using quite a bit of lime, but we might have to refill after, like, this field. We'll see. We'll see how much we have. Yeah, I'll probably fill this up in between here. I'll guarantee that I have enough for the other field there then. I believe next month the big soybean field there should be ready. We are still waiting quite some time for any other fields to be ready, though. So we're kind of basically patiently waiting for fields to become ready to harvest. We don't quite have enough fields where we always have a bunch of harvests going on, you know, planting most months. I gotta remember, this is a pretty wide width. I can move up a decent amount. That'd be 3 strips per field for the lime spreading. Not too bad. Then we can get to back to our original plan of planting oats into these fields. The main reason I kind of landed on oats because it's a fairly decent crop. If we do want to, we could obviously bale them for straw. So if we have a shed up somewhere where we can store bales, we could potentially store them and then eventually get cows. Or I might just go heavier into sheep. I've kind of gone back and forth on those. Feels like we always do cows. We also always do sheep. I probably do cows more than sheep. Not that many more times though. Might be a straight wash, honestly. Maybe I've gotten more sheep than cows. $10 miles an hour? Yeah, this has been an absolute champ when pulling this. I was gonna check how we have soil sampling still good on these. Okay. No, these just ran out not too long ago. Had to buy a new soil sample for them. The data became out of date, wherever it is. These will take absolutely no time to plant. 4 swipes and it's done. That's the thing. Fields for planting won't take that much time at all now. Be nice and quick. Be similar to the harvest. Be very quick. Oh, weeds to spray next time in these 2 fields. And you may wonder why I'm not doing like soybeans into these. It just wouldn't be ready for June. Like the only field that's probably gonna always have soybeans in it will probably be that one. That's just because it's a good soil field. And consistently doing a top crop in it will likely yield us some pretty good returns in the end. We're consistently getting, $180,000 a year for one field. We can count on that money coming in. When you're switching crops all the time, you may not have that. In some years, it'd be more than 180 because maybe it's 3 harvests in there. We'll do that harvest here shortly. I think that's everything for this month, so I'll double check, but I don't think we have weeds for anything. Fertilizer. All of the tree is automatically moving everything over. Which I think we have like $30,000 right now from that. I should have did that way earlier. Productions are the big money makers, though. You make good money from crops, and animals. But I mean, if you've watched probably like Zilanka, I went heavy into productions. I'm doing the same with Alma, which I'm doing at the same time as this. Both of those, I've been pretty rich. Alma especially. We have a good amount of money in the bank, plus a bunch of money that could be sold, and yeah, that'll be That'll be something interesting. I'll be curious if that one breaks my record for most money in a series. I think the record is 6.6. That was from Zelonka. Back when I did that. At this point, that was like 4 months ago at this point. It's been a while. Which is crazy to think. Feels like I just did that the other day. You know, 6 months ago, 7 months ago, we were all talking about Premium Edition, and as I'm recording this, maybe after FarmCon, I'm pretty sure. So we probably have info on Farming Sim 25. Plus, as of recording, I think 2 days from recording, they have a live stream for the future Farming Sim. So you now know how ahead I usually am with recording. Which I'll be interested to see what they have coming up. It's going to be interesting to kind of see what changes they have, and you know, it's been a while. It's been what, 3 years? I think 22 came out in 2021. This one will probably come out late this year. I see all the videos of people kind of guessing on what the changes will be and all that. Oh man, that's brand new. Holy God. Not even 4 hours on that thing. Dang, ooh. That one's interesting. As a front loader. Do I want to buy it though? I don't know if I need it. Obviously I don't want the money. I have stuff that could be sold. Yeah, that tractor, well, it's been like, what, 2 months in a row of having a Massey in the sales now. And it is so tempting every time. I do like a good Massey Ferguson, I do. I don't know if I ran into a tractor brand in Farming Sim that I don't like. They all have their quirks. Yeah, I think it is about that time where I could start a time lapse. So I'll talk to everyone once the time lapse is done. Alright, we're on the final strip for the soybean harvest. Perfect width. Also, we did miss a little bit down there. Not too much, but we did miss a little bit. So I'll still go and pick it up, even though it might be 1 liter at most. Get it all put into the trailer and put it into the silo. Kind of see where we are at. Yeah, wool, I'm gonna wait until next month. It says it's supposed to be higher next month. I'm pretty sure I've always sold it in April. I think that might just make the most sense. Not really sure if that was worth it, but probably used more diesel than we got from it. And we get these 2 fields there sprayed at least. We could also wait too. It's not actually that big of a rush. We could potentially get this field planted again. I need a longer pipe on this. It looks like we'll get 1 more harvest probably. Yeah, we could get this planted again. Honestly, we might have enough time for both. Probably do. Because the spraying doesn't take very long for those fields. We go get this put into the yard. Really doesn't have a spot for it. I don't know which field, probably the bigger field. When that one's harvested, I think I'm going to open up these roads a little bit more. They're a little tight. Especially with our bigger equipment as we grow. So we got 23,500 liters from this harvest. We're looking pretty good. I did say out of all the soybean fields, which I think we have 2 more fields. Ooh, drifting. We'll probably get about 300,000 at max. You have that small field and the one that up above it that's a little bit bigger to still harvest. Well, I'll be interested to see how much we get from this. These don't have the best soil in them, so they may not yield as well as, you know, those fields down there. Alright, so that would put us at $263,000 at max price, which we'll probably not quite get max price. But yeah, that looks pretty good then. I think we'd be able to get 40,000 from those 2 fields. But we should be able to hit my goal. And to think that's 2-3 months from now, we'll be sitting very, very well soon. I don't have any direct plans of buying anything with it right away either. I need to look at sheds. I think that might be one of the things. We get the bales out of the elements. Yeah, this is, I think it's 3 strips. Just barely 3 strips to do the spraying for this. We should be able to get that field honestly replanted. Don't know what we'll have to do in April then. Oh, the canola might be ready. I'll have that to do. Plant it probably too. It's kind of weird. Like, for the longest time, we always had more than enough things to do every month. And now, well, I guess we've gotten a lot bigger combine. Harvests don't take nearly as much time. Now, obviously now, planting doesn't take very long. Spraying doesn't take long. I suppose that does cut down how long everything would take. It just means we got to buy more land. Which I think I might look at them in between videos, kind of just see what's out there. See which way we want to go. I'm thinking I might want to go that way. We'll see. I think up here, my worry's like that piece. It's going to be on a hill. So we're not going to place many productions down. without spending a bunch of money for landscaping. That way we would have all the trees. So we'd have to cut something through there to even get to our open piece of land. Nice. Technically we have 5137 that butts up on us too. This would have a decent amount of trees in it. This doesn't. And it is kind of, you know, multiple smaller pieces. I think it might be a little bit flatter there too. The one by the water. There's just barely a strip in the middle here. There's nothing wrong with having the trees there. We could obviously cut them down, sell them. Or we could keep them. I think it really just depends on how flat it is. I think that might be what is the deciding factor. I want to make sure we're not spending several grand to re-level the ground every time we want to place something down. I gotta look at like our current soil map, and it might be able to tell us, you know, where some good soil is. Like our potential of having good soil would probably be highest. Might be silty clay down here. But we might have a string of loam going up here. Yeah, I see a little bit of silty there and here, which tells me these might have a lot of silty. Might. Yeah, this field is 100% more narrow than that one. 100%. We're covering this easily in 2 swipes. That one we had just that little bit in the middle still left. I don't know. We could do the trees and then look into, you know, some sort of wood production. See if there's something that allows us to go straight from tree to finish good. That way we don't have to get a sawmill in there. So the sawmill would just add to the costs. And we could potentially start trees there and have them grow. Which, that would be basically the entire series it would take for them to grow. Much like real life, they take a really long time to grow. But it's still a shorter growth time than they are in real life. We can probably put all of the bags in here. Put soybeans. Oh, that's all of them. We should probably look at buying more, maybe when we sell the wool. Obviously, 3,500 liters of seeds will go quite a ways, but always good to have some on hand. Especially if we replant this field next time as well as harvest. Which I'll probably dump that straight into the oil mill. Make sure everything's looking for it, good for soil map and everything. Yep, it's not out of date. Get that lowered. Now, of course, we shouldn't use any fertilizer on this. Soybeans don't use any fertilizer, which is nice. It's one of the better crops. It's a fairly fast growth time. I think the seed rate is fairly low, honestly. I think oats is a lot higher, if I remember right. And obviously no fertilizer, and it's a top crop. There's a lot of reasons to do it. Unless you're trying to do a production, obviously there's not anything you really can do with a production for soybeans. Just like that, we are just about done here. This, of course, obviously, I mentioned it 1,000 times by now. Fantastic purchase for us. I can't say enough good things about the fact that we bought this planter. Well worth the cost. Well worth it. I just wanted to drop this here real quick. Any moment. I just wanted to drive on these pieces of a land with everyone too. So this piece, it's a little hilly here, and then it's all flat, which is kind of ideal for any sort of productions. It may potentially have pretty bad soil. There is a bridge there, so we wouldn't have to put a bridge in to get to the other side. And see, it's fairly flat here. It's not perfectly, but it's pretty good. Then right around here is the next piece, which is, again, pretty flat. And let's see, it does have probably more roads in it. So we'll drive to this other end. Yeah. There's this road in it. You see the edge of the map. There's not a lot until you're edge of the piece of land either. You're not going to get much over here. We do have a decent portion that it would be taking up for the trees here. They're not that big either, are they? They're good sized. So maybe if we can get some sort of wood production going, they're not the largest trees in the world, they really aren't. Then we could maybe buy this. If I had to place bets on what would have the best soil, probably be 51. That's mainly just going off the fact your riverbeds and stuff will probably, realistically, probably have more silty clay, I would assume. Assuming, which I might be wildly off. I feel like this might have better soil in it. Although it looks like you're going to get it regardless. So, it's a tough one. Which is how much are each? This is 152. This is 177. This is cheaper, obviously, because you do get less land. So, I don't know. I like 3743 and 4451 are both pretty nice pieces. We could obviously expand like this field even if we bought the one field, or the one piece of land. Although this piece might have more flat land on it. But probably should have drove across here and looked at the other side too. This is a pretty narrow bridge, so I'm not sure how the harvester would go on that, but so we would have this little piece up here, which is all flat. This piece down here, which is, again, all flat. That's going to be a tough decision. It's going to be tough. But I think if I go flat land, then I might end up going with 37. I think it might have the most flat land. At the same time, 51's pretty flat. So it'll be interesting to see what I come up with. I'll probably look at some wood productions and stuff. If there's some good ones, then maybe we go with that. We cut a bunch of trees down. We'll see. We'll see. Well, anyways, that is about everything for today. So thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.